A video has just surfaced that's going viral. And this video is of officers in New York arresting a man that was wanted for attempted murder. And during that arrest, a woman attempts to intervene and pushes one of the officers. And within that second of her pushing him, he punched her. And this video is going viral. But the actual incident took place on August the 12th in Harlem. But the video is just now being surfaced online. And it shows a group of officers in the middle of a crowd when they were attempting to arrest this man who was in connection with an attempted murder. The scene was a total chaos. And out of nowhere, you see this woman come walking up and she pushes the officer. And the officer, out of a reflection, if you ask me, punched her. And she fell and hit the ground hard. They just picked her up, handcuffed her, and she was going to be arrested as well. And it's strange the way this thing happened, because they were arresting him, and she came from out of a building, looked like, because she walked right up and just got to making the scene even more chaotic, where she was basically kind of swinging on the officer, and the officer pushed her back first, but then she swung again, open-handedly, and he punched her. Some people are going in on the New York police officer, which was a black officer. They're going in on the NYPD about it, right? But when we think about it, in a chaotic moment, even if you're not in law enforcement, and somebody hits or pushes you, they're liable to get hit. And I always tell people, you have to understand, police officers are people too. A lot of times they out there just as scared as you are. Yeah, they got gun and badge, but they know they just can't pull out guns and start shooting people. So in that instance, it's the same. They couldn't just pull out guns and start shooting people, because they had the guy. They had the guy trying to take him in custody when this woman walked up and acted crazy. So I just don't see what just cause we could use to say, hey, no, this officer was out of pocket. I don't see how we could say that. I'm going to show some portions of the video. I can't show the whole video, but I'll have the link where you can go and watch the whole video. It's not that long. But in my editing, I'm going to show some of the video so you can get kind of like, oh, okay, to make you go and click on the link, basically, to go watch the video. That's why I'm going to show a little snippet in it so that you can hit the link and go and watch the video. And as of now, the New York Police Department is describing the incident as self-defense, because it says while police were effecting the arrest, multiple individuals on scene interfered by physically assaulting numerous officers. One officer sustained a minor injury to the head. 2 women reportedly ended up charged with assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration. One of them was additionally charged with menacing and harassment, and a third woman was accused of spitting at an officer. And she was a little thin thing, and the guy that hit her was a big guy. But at the same time, like I'm saying, in the heat of all that chaos, it's no way that he could have probably done anything different. Because it's people out there. It's other people on the porches, and they're got the young man handcuffed, but people are moving around, you know, and basically trying to harass them and attack them to not take the person to jail. So, was the officer right to defend himself when being attacked? I'm going to say yeah. I have to, because of the chaos that was taking place. Now, when we look at this woman, a little bit of 101 pound, and the officer, a easy 270, we would feel some kind of way. But you can't feel no kind of way in a chaotic setting. Because if it was you and it was chaos and you're not even in law enforcement, you would have done the same thing. Seeing the circumstances of the setting, all the chaos that's going on in this particular moment. Because they're being attacked. So it's no way that I could see social media trying to drag the NYPD. Why would you drag the NYPD? Unless you don't see what I see. I see the video. And that's another thing, people, that we have to get out of our brain. Thinking that police officers are not regular humans just like you. They get scared just like you. They cry just like you. They laugh just like you. They're nothing but a human being with a job. And their job just happens to be a police officer. That's one thing definitely we need to get out of our psyche, is thinking that they're some kind of superhuman or superhero because they carry a badge and a gun. Think about it if you're down south where they have open carry. Now you're carrying a gun and wearing a vest just like a police. That should be super scary for a police. When you're in places like New York and California where I'm at, the regular citizens don't get the open carry. In California, you can get a CCW, you can get a concealed carry, but you definitely don't get an open carry. So think about police that live in southern states where people have open carry. For an officer to live in the states where it's open carry, you have to definitely have a calm demeanor about yourself. And even the people, think about it. You got a gun on your hip, I got one on my hip, and you over here fussing and talking loud. I have to make sure I'm in total control so I don't shoot and kill you or something, right? But when we look at it out here, in New York and California, and places like that, only the officers have the weapons. But yet and still, they still are feared for their life because they can't just run around shooting you. And they're being attacked by a group of people while they're trying to do their job. So in my opinion, like I say, I think the woman should have not intervened in that chaos. Yeah, I don't think he should have hit her like that, but just on benefit of the doubt, the scene is chaotic. Everything is already out of control, haywire. Everything is already just out there. Everything, the whole scene, it's just like her running into a burning building. Because when you see the way she came into a burning building. And she came in swinging. So what was going to happen to her? Because just looking at it, the way he swung at her so fast, it was his reflexes. It wasn't like him wanting to hit her. Because think he pushed her back first. She's still coming swinging wild. And I guess she hit him again, and he bam. It was more like a reflection. And like I say, he's already handcuffed. I don't know what relations he has to her, but he was already in handcuffs. So he was going to jail regardless. Now you end up getting yourself in trouble over somebody that's already going to jail. Now they're going to have you for assault on a police officer. See, we have to be careful with our emotions when we're jumping into things, because she's getting a double bitter in. She got knocked, and now she's getting locked. So family, we always have to think before we move. Don't always just come in jumping into the fire like that, because you could get yourself in trouble. Like I say, I know a lot of people was on the officer and the NYPD because of his size and her size. But you got to figure, adrenalines are running on full high. Just consider that. When your adrenaline is up like that and the scene is chaotic, people get hit. And then she also attacked an officer. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.